Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Deborah Peters Show. My name is Deborah Peters, and I am absolutely thrilled to have you join me today. The reason I have my phone next to my ear is my guest is having some challenges with the hosting platform, and so just keeping her on the line while she gets logged in on another computer. And meanwhile, I can do a little introduction right now. So this show is all about consciousness. It's about living your life on purpose, being self-aware, and raising your consciousness and your vibration in order for you to take your life to the next level. And we cover pretty much every area of your life. There's 5 main areas that I like to focus on: health, wealth, business, relationships, and self-expression. So we are more than happy to have you join us today. And we're going to be raising the bar on how we view our country. And the conversation today is all about patriotism. And my guest will be with us shortly. So while she gets things sorted out, I'm going to just go over a few things with you that I've been learning on my travels. So I think, Michelle, can I just put you on hold? Are you good? I think she's good. She's working it out. So I have been on a nationwide speaking tour across the country, and not just limited to the US. There's some speaking gigs brewing for me in the UK and in Europe, and I'd love to come over to the UAE. You have clients and friends there as well. So it's been an incredible journey so far. I'm currently in Tennessee, and this has been really super incredible to just come to this beautiful state where everything is just so beautiful. It's green, it's lush. I love all the water. There's rivers and lakes and streams everywhere. And the last couple days, well, actually starting last night, late afternoon last night, it started to rain. And so loving that, getting the thunder and the lightning and just the rain, just the blessing of the cleansing that the rain brings. I mean, I grew up in a rural area and we got a lot of seasonal rain. So that was really kind of a reminder for me as to how it smells when it hits the earth and how it keeps everything clean and fresh, and the vegetation, just love it. So thank you to Tennessee, and a shout out to Chattanooga. What an amazing city. Absolutely love spending time here. Have some coaching coming up with some CEOs here in town, and very much excited to be able to travel across the world as the 5-star gypsy and the global girl and the girl solo that I am, bringing all kinds of wonderful tools to companies so that they can thrive and grow their business and take things to the next level. So I have good news. I see Michelle is really close here. She's got things pretty set up, and not bad for a girl that had to completely change all of her lighting equipment over to a different room, to a different computer. So we're just going to give her a second here to get rolling. I want to share that I had an opportunity to attend the Riverbend Music Festival on the weekend. Nothing better than live music, right? It always brings warmth and happiness to your soul. You know, it's the music of the spheres that really truly inspires ourselves. You know, it enables us to heal and to come up with ideas. You know, when we're dancing and we're having fun and we're listening to music and we're with our friends and our family and we're making new friends, it's always an incredible shift that takes place energetically. And then when you double that with having the festival be in this most beautiful park that sits right on the Tennessee River, I just felt like I was in heaven, literally. The acts were great. The musicianship was phenomenal. Being in Tennessee has just been incredible for me. I just feel so blessed, and looking forward to hitting up other states and touring around the US and getting abroad. And so speaking gigs, I'm available. I've got a couple of keynotes that I've put together. And today we're going to talk about a new one that I've actually recently written. I wanted to kind of kick it off here in today's podcast. But my one keynote that I do is Women Are an Emerging Market. Now, this is a keynote that I launched a few years ago, actually, for NASDAQ in London at their UK office. And we had a lot of their leaders come from their different EU offices to attend. And it was just an incredible experience to be able to really get into some neuroscience, some mindset repatterning, and to provide their leadership with some tools to take things to the next level. And it was such a huge hit that the very next year, even during COVID, we did it virtually, and it was to their entire global Women in NASDAQ group. So really excited to take this out on the road, helping women take their business and their professional lives to the next level, and obviously to bring to the forefront women's leadership skills and the men that support that. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And the second keynote is all about the thinking part of business, getting into leadership and management and the mindset that goes with that. I've been facilitating a one-day leadership and management retreat in Newport Beach, California, which is my home. And I have a series coming up July, August, and September. So very much looking forward to having you join me for that. They're very small. There's only 16 seats. And so they fill up fast. So you want to email me or reach out to me and I'll get you an invitation. And this new one about patriotism, the value of patriotism and the strength and the excitement and the blessings that it brings to our lives. And that's really what our show is all about today. So let me just check in here and see how Michele is doing. Looks like she's queuing up. I got a thumbs up. Okay, so I'm going to add her to the stream. And thank you for your patience. How you doing there, girl? Are you all set up?
Well, can you hear me though? That's the first thing.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So bear with the lighting, bear with the camera angles, because I'm working off of two big screens. This is the actual studio, but I moved everything over there to do with you. And then all of a sudden the camera's not working. So everything's off, but that's okay. We're still on.
But you look great. Check out the stars and stripes over there. That's fantastic.
You said patriotism, so I wanted to get double decked out. So I got this, and I got this, and I'm trying to move myself over.
No, you're perfect.
So I could be in the camera shot, like as opposed to being ostracized.
Yeah,
so
you look
the
great.
New studio.
And I'm jealous because you've got the mic, and I had to leave mine in Cali, for my road trip, but. That's all right. How do I sound with this headset?
Oh, it sounds totally fine. Yeah,
sounds
perfect.
Totally fine.
So what I'm going to give some people advice. So right now, there's overhead lighting. That's why you're seeing I've got this blue aura and all that kind of stuff. Never use overhead lighting.
But I like your blue aura.
I think it's from the screen over here.
I like your blue aura.
What does that mean?
That's really good.
Is it a patriotic aura?
It's kind of like it's a very patriotic aura.
This is I'm all good. I'm all good. All right, so I'll leave it. I won't touch it. All right, so we're good. And this is my new director's chair. I got two of them because I did the new studio where you can actually have guests in studio and multiple scenes and setups.
I got to swing by then.
Oh yeah. It's awesome. I mean, it's huge, and it's taken a lot of work to get to this point, and I did it pretty much solo. Yeah. Who needs I don't need no stinking man. I need no stinking man. Yeah.
That's so amazing. So I did not introduce you. I think you just
quite
did.
Right. Yeah.
But so
yeah, that's all right.
So Michele Swinick of Arizona. Phoenix? Are you in Phoenix?
I am in Maricorruption County. That is Anarchy, Arizona. I actually live in Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
And it's hot here already.
Yeah, it's hot there. I was just bragging to the audience about how we had this incredible rain that started late day yesterday, went through the whole night, and has rained a large part of today. And it's just phenomenal. I mean, the birds are dancing a jig in it. It's just
Way to go, birds. Wouldn't it be great to just be a bird, right? So
Yeah.
you can fly and be free. And then like you don't have to buy any food because you just eat like a bug here and there. And then if there's somebody you don't like, poop on them. Oh, what a great gig. What a great gig.
And you sing and fly. I mean, these people,
These
birds are talented.
They got the good
got it
gig
going
right?
on.
They got the good gig. The people got the short end of the stick.
We underestimate birds. We do.
Right.
We underestimate birds. So today is about patriotism, and I've been developing a keynote around that, and I'm very excited about it because I think it's really a wonderful opportunity for us all to just have a little revisit here as to what patriotism is and maybe what patriotism is not. And just to bring that to the forefront in our lives. So I did this little, I'm going to pull this up here.
And I just pulled up your email. So that way but it's on my phone. Again, I don't have my 6 screens in front of me.
No, it's okay. We got to multitask. We do.
I don't usually wing these things, right? I'm usually a little bit more prepared. So
well, that's when they're exciting.
This is kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of cool that I'm like sitting in the director's chair, and that's why there's it's like bare shelves. Actually, this is very symbolic of the grocery stores and
oh my God,
most of the stores that you go to, and then the food that you do find is probably expired. So another PSA for today, everybody: check the expiration dates of the food before you buy it, because if it is expired, even if you're getting it for a deal, do not buy it, because I can tell you right now, once you eat it, you're not going to feel good. It's not worth it. You're better off to like suck on ice cubes.
Actually, do this. Just go to the farmer's market.
Well, yeah, but really I'm just saying grocery store people. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I know we don't need to be eating processed food anyway. I think this is a really wonderful time for us all to change our diets and just let's get into the raw stuff. Well,
you can plant your own. Like that's what I'm in the backyard to do a whole. But instead of the grass, do it. The whole thing is a garden.
That's right.
So apparently I'm going to get a green thumb or 2 or a green toe or whatever the green is.
Hit me up later and I'll give you a great referral for some organic grass-fed beef. And it's not the grass-fed beef that hits the stores that's still GMO. It's the real grass-fed organic beef that some friends of mine have this amazing ranch in Montana, and then they've built their own processing plant. So nothing.
Now that's key.
It is key. And I would love to give you guys a referral to that. I'm not going to give them any more shout outs for free. They need
exactly. I need some free beef, babe. Yeah. Free. That's what you should tell them. Hey, I'll shout out all day, but you got to throw me.
I've been promoting the heck out of them. Just out of, sheer gratitude. But so let's roll into the show, because we're running out of time here, and I've got another meeting to get to. So first of all, patriotism. When you look up patriotism online, Wikipedia, Webster, whatever, I really like what it has to say. Patriotism is a feeling of love, devotion, and a sense of attachment to one's country. This attachment can be a combination of many different feelings, language relating to one's own homeland, including ethnic, cultural, political, or historical aspects. So, what's really key here is this feeling of love. And so I was thinking about this because whenever we love something or someone or ourselves, God forbid, then that thing that we love actually thrives and it prospers. And so you're making a good point about these empty shelves. It's like, I think there's a lack of love for our country if there's lack of food on our shelves, because we probably live in the most abundant country on the planet. And there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't have an abundant supply of food. In fact, if we take it a step further, we live in an infinitely abundant universe. There should never be a shortage of anything. So if there's a shortage, then we have a mindset, attitude, maybe even agenda problem, right? So when you think of patriotism, Michele, what comes to your mind?
Well, as you said, love of country, right?
I did.
But more in the sense of loyalty, right? Respect for tradition, what it stands for, the foundation. Like I go old school back, right?
Sure.
Love not in like let's all hands and sing kumbaya. That's not my definition of love, right? When you love something, it's like in the Bible verse, which I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it is along the lines of, love is laying one's life down for one's friend. Okay, that's that kind of sacrifice, right? That's the version of love, not like I said, we're gonna all sing kumbaya together, and then magically everything happens and changes, and it's great. That's not how the world works, right? Because that's not even how faith and religion works. But so that is patriotism, is actually having respect for people that died for your freedoms, right? And then actually wanting to make the country a better place based on those fundamentals, not a new version of what you think the country should be. Like Obama wanted to fundamentally change the country, said that out loud in his speech in 2009. That's your first warning shot. We don't need to fundamentally change anything. Our fundamentals are actually the only thing. That's the only thing that we got. That's the best part. So when you want to fundamentally change that, if you want to use you love the country. No, you hate the country. You hate what it stands for. So patriotism is wanting to have that true foundation and preserve it for generations to come and to make it better than when you picked up on it. I mean, obviously, if you want to talk about where we are now, I was born in 73, so I'm a Gen Xer, like a hardcore Gen Xer, right? I'm 49. Gen X is going to save this country because it is right now. Most of the people that come on my show that I am in my world, my warriors, right? My digital warriors, my faith warriors, they're all in the same age bracket, right? We're all right in that Generation X.
Yeah, let me just jump in because I was doing some research in preparation of the show, and what you're talking about is a respect that goes beyond anything. It just goes beyond. And so what came up in some of my research is the concept of mother, that, and I can so relate to this because I have a love affair with Mother Nature. I'm not I'm not an inside girl, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm so like, if I didn't do what I do, I could easily go live in the mountains in a
forest ranger. Go be a forest ranger.
There'd have to be an element of luxury to it. I am a 5-star gypsy.
Right,
okay,
right,
I'm not a tent on the ground kind of girl. I can do like a nice luxury coach, but I can do I can do the elements 100%.
Right. Like I would have in that luxury coach real plants. Okay. So they wouldn't
100%
be synthetic. They'd be real plants, but it would be
I'd
my
bring
luxury
them in from
coach.
Outdoors. And,
it'd be my luxury coach. Okay. Just clarify.
So when you consider, I know.
So funny. Yeah. I don't like camping either. Don't put me in a tent. That ain't fun. Let's go hiking and camping. Let's not.
Let's go hiking and then come back to our motor coach and have a hot shower and a cup of tea and we're good.
That's exactly right.
So the thing is like, it's not called our motherland for nothing. And so when you consider your mother, we all have a mother. Some of us loathe our mothers and some of us love our mothers. But at the end of the day, we respect our mothers. And so this is the key, is that this is our motherland, and respect for one's mother is then respect for one's home. I think that this has been lost somewhere. And I can tell you that, and you know this, but just for conversation's sake, you can't change anything by hating on it. The more you hate something, the bigger the hate inside you becomes until it destroys you. It never really, it can't really destroy the thing you're projecting at, because that will come back, that will regenerate based on the love of the universe, of God. But when you're hating on something, it just becomes more of the thing you hate. So if you hate your country, if you hate patriotism, patriotism just becomes stronger. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah. It's because what you manifest, right? What you think about,
comes
about, right? Thoughts becomes things. So if you're living in the happy world, then you're going to be attracting like attracts like, right? Believe it or not, I mean, it is Pride Month, so like attracts like, right? Can I say that's a good one, huh? Right?
I'm not touching that.
Oh, geez.
Not going there.
Yeah, that's just you got to throw in some jokes.
Let's just leave that right there.
Yeah, let's just leave that right there on the table. So, but yeah, like attracts like. So if you are putting that out into the thought universe, right, or manifesting, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same. It's all the same stuff. You're going to attract more of that. So if you're putting out hatred, then you're just going to be you're generating more hatred. But on the other side, like you're saying, it's going to be more. I think it's going to be, it becomes more obvious and apparent, and then more people are going to be like, I don't like that. I like it over here.
Right, and it's call it what you want. Call it law of attraction.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What you put out always comes back on you first.
It's like a boomerang.
It's a boomerang, and it's like when you point a finger at something or someone, there's always 3 pointing back at you. So
1, 2, trace.
I know. And the thing is that what's so ironic about the narrative that's taking place about how horrible America is that the progression for a country to progress, for you to progress, there has to be a love for yourself. And I've long believed that peace, world peace, peace over here, peace over there, peace in your family, starts with inner peace. You can't push against the thing you don't like and expect the thing you like to show up. There's got to be a leveling, right? There has to be a leveling. So in order for the country to progress, it needs love from its citizens. And the whole bigger process here is that if you don't love on your country, it's not going to be the rest of the country that's left out to become impoverished. It's going to be you. I think this is a really important point because I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of disdain for America.
Yeah, but I want to interject real quick.
But just let me finish this point because this is big. So there's a lot of people that have a disdain for America. And what's interesting is America will always thrive. America is self-healing, and she's a champion. She's a warrior. She's born of God. She will always heal. And what's going to end up happening is those that hate on the country will end up feeling the repercussions of their own hate. There's no way that this country is going to fail. And that's the point I wanted to make. So please.
Well, anybody who hates this country or has disdain for it, it's only because they've been indoctrinated with a bunch of propaganda and lies, because there is not a better country on this planet where you can have more prosperity and you have more chance to do anything. So you know what I say to them all? Then leave. I would be happy to start a Give, Send, Go GoFundMe account, which I know there'll be millions of people. We will pay for your plane. We will pay for your moving expenses just to get you out and shut you up. And I don't care who it is. I mean, it doesn't matter, because they have no idea what they're saying. So this is the same person that is actually probably texting or posting on social media with their iPhone. Why do you think that they can actually do that? Because they live here. They don't live in some S-hole country where they're in a hut, or, I mean, obviously we're in a tyrannical.
They could move to Canada.
Yeah, go right there. You know what I mean?
They could move to Canada, because Canada is now fascist. So they can move to Canada.
We are kind of too. We're hanging on a thin thread, but we're on
a thread, but it's getting stronger. But the thing is that Canada's locked down. Like, you can't leave the country unless you're of a certain medical affiliation. So that's pretty sad. That's
no,
pretty sad.
That's it's the sad as being is a too kind of a word.
I know, but I'm making a point here. It's like you can't leave the country and you can't travel on public transport. So anybody that's in America that likes that, Canada,
oh, you just did code. You just did code. I'm so not used to talking in code on the platforms I'm on.
Yeah, but I'm on YouTube.
I know. I just picked it up. I just picked up what you're putting down. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I got to behave myself. Okay.
Yeah, you do. That's why I keep cutting you off. I'm like, I'm reining you in without
you should have just
anything.
said. You should have just said, "Hey."
No,
I totally. No. You just got to remind me. I'm like, oh, that's right, because I'm Brighteon and on my platforms, I don't hold back. Okay, I'm sorry. Oops.
No, it's okay. It's
I didn't say anything yet, did I? No.
No, you're good. You're good. And the thing is that what I really want to look at is around our founding fathers. I'm in Tennessee right now, and I'm just overwhelmed by the beauty, the kindness, the generosity, the peace, the peace and just the happiness. It's just incredible. I came out of California, and it's like night and day.
Nazi land. You're like, whoa,
like night and day.
Crazy.
Yeah, and
like, let freedom ring. Who knew?
Yeah, and it's election day in Orange County for Board of Supervisors Day. So the thing is that
your friend's running. She was on the show. I haven't talked to her since. Do you know how she was doing?
I texted her this morning. Her name is Diane Harkey. And
thank you, Harkey. Yeah, that's right.
Harkey. Yeah, I texted her this morning and I said, "May the force be with you." She was like, "Thank you." So I'm having.
Speaking of, before we, and I forget, Deborah was on my show yesterday.
Right.
And what happens when Deborah comes on, and normally the segment that she was on is the 7-minute segment. She's been on the longer Michelle's Patriotic Soapbox ones before, but she's I think she did it on purpose. She went last, and it would just happen to be that my guest that was kicking off the Patriotic Soapbox segment was running behind, and I'm like, dude, you can't come on now because my next guest after that is ready to go. So her and I took it, I think, for like 20, 25 minutes, and it's supposed to be 7.
It's like a
marathon. But it was really, really good. So I want to plug it so you could go ahead and listen to her, because it's different when you're in host mode and different when you're in guest mode. And she's been on my show for almost 18, 17 months or so.
Yeah, love you.
Can I tell them where to find it?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So we're on 25 different podcast players, right? But you can go and on Rumble. But if you go to everythinghomeaboutus.com, that's everythinghomeaboutus.com. That's your take action menu, and you'll see it'll have most recent episode. Or if you want to actually go to whatever podcast player, just read. You got to read. We want you to read because you'll learn and you'll find a bunch of great information to grow your business, enhance the quality of your life, and make a difference, especially in your communities. But it'll have most recent episode. And she comes on at like 12:50, the 55-minute mark, somewhere in there. You'll see it in the write-up. But it's really good. And I haven't made it a separate segment yet because I haven't had time. But you can use a fast forward button. It's not a big deal. You can fast forward. It will take you a couple seconds. But so go check that out. And it's episode 321. That's episode 321. All the episodes are numbered because I want you to I throw out these numbers so you can use it as research. Because I've referenced and source shows all the time on other shows, plus during my shows. So 321.
And so tell everybody how often you're on live so they can catch you.
Oh, I am live on Monday starting at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's supposed to go till 3 o'clock. It kind of sometimes goes to 4. Oops, right? So you could catch it there, and that's live. And if you go to that take action menu, it'll tell you if you listen live. Click here. Just go to read. Everything you need is literally right there. So you can catch it on Rumble, Blog Talk Radio, a couple of other platforms, CloudHub. But what'll happen, like what happened on Monday, I get censored. Okay, but I get censored from Restream this time. Restream hates me, but it's been good. They started to actually shut down the show in the beginning.
Wow.
In March, ironically, it was a Patriot showcase, where I had all the heavy hitters that go on Steve Bannon, because Steve Stern is my partner in the Save My Freedom movement, which I want you all to join. So, and that's on the Take Action tab too. So then, ironically, I had 25 of them lined up. We were just going to bam them all out. Everybody's going to jump on for 5 minutes and they're going to talk about all the different things. No way, Jose.
No.
No way, Jose. No, so the Blog Talk Radio shut me down and the streaming. So then it was quiet for a while. And then boom, it started again. So yeah, Restream. So Restream will show that it's streaming, but it's not streaming. So that happened yesterday. Yeah. And then I have Brighteon.tv. Brighteon.tv, that's Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Brighteon.tv, which is Mike Adams' platform, which has some incredible shows. We have 56 guests now. They also have Brighteon Radio. So our show is on Brighteon Radio also. So I encourage you to check out all the shows that are there. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah, and
awesome
you know
stuff.
what I'll do is I'll have my assistant in the show notes put the links to this yesterday's show where I was on, and then the last one where the one we did with on the science of propaganda.
Oh, that one's the best. Hold on, let me give you that one.
Yeah,
so I replayed it. I actually had food poisoning about a month and a half ago. Like literally, like things were happening for 16 hours straight, right? I thought I was going to die. I'm like, now I understand what food poisoning really is, right?
Oh.
So I was like, what episode am I going to replay? What am I going to replay? Because I couldn't do the show. This was on Saturday. I woke up in the middle of Saturday night, and then Sunday it was all shut down. And then I'm like, I need 8 hours to put the show together for Monday. So I had to cancel it. And I'm like, what show am I going to replay? And I went, the Science of Propaganda show. So I replayed that. But the original show was back in the spring of last year. So I have my schedule here. Hold on, let me look. So my replay. So the original was 197. But if you go to episode 297, so wow, it was almost 100 episodes later.
Wow.
Oh my God, right? Yeah. So episode 297. So if you go to Rumble or you go to all the podcast players, it doesn't matter which one. 297 is the replay. But I think I did an intro. I recorded an intro for that. I might have. I don't remember. So anyway, just go to 297. And this is the Science of Propaganda.
Nice.
With her. With the
I need to turn that
it's really
into a
good.
Keynote too. I do.
Oh yeah. You do. And I'm not sure if I made it a separate segment or if it's actually the 5 guests first and then she comes on but it doesn't matter. It just read the info and then just fast forward. Just get,
it's all there.
What I mean? Yeah, it's all there. So you guys are smart enough. I think you'll figure it out. I trust you.
Right. So
what was your question?
Founding fathers.
What was your question?
Yeah, I just, I want to get into these guys because being here in Chattanooga and, the house I'm in is literally a 3-minute walk to the ridge. It's on the ridge where the battle took place, and the cannons are there and the monuments are there. And I've been thinking about this a lot, about our founding fathers and what they did to birth a new country and what that must have taken on a mental, emotional level and the spiritual awareness and drive that was moving them forward, probably something that was beyond their personality.
Oh, it wasn't them. It couldn't have been because they're too young. And they don't have that kind of experience to write a document and to come up with everything that's in it.
Well, I'm not talking about that part.
Oh.
I'm talking about the actual doing of it, the actual showing up.
That was that wasn't them either. That
who was it?
It was God. God said,
well, of course, I just said that.
Yeah, that's what it
is.
You
missed
that's it. What it is. Oh, yeah, I didn't hear.
Yeah, you got to pay attention. I move fast. I did miss that.
That's another PSA. You got to pay attention. Got to pay attention. Get your head in the game. Get your head in the game. People.
Right. Yeah. And so the thing is that the more I study this, because I'm fascinated by creation. When I'm coaching CEOs, I'm always saying to them, when they're complaining about what's not working in their company, and a couple of them are watching, I know, and they're going to be like nodding their head. I'm like, but what are you creating? But what are you creating? But what are you creating? To turn the focus from what's not working to what they would like to have happen instead. And so what wasn't working was being under a tyrannical king that was suppressive. So what did they do instead? They left. They just left and they went to a new land. And it's not so much that they believed in America. And here's a subtlety. They believed America in. And this is why we have to all monitor our thoughts and our emotions and get aligned with ourselves on a spiritual level every day, because you, all of you, me too, we are believing in our lives. Whatever your belief system is what you bring into reality. So that's why I want to do this show today with you, because I knew you'd have something to say about that. It's not just believing in America, it's believing America in. It's like a birthing, taking a birthing of a download, like a guidance from God, and then channeling it through with execution and strategy into physical form. And so that's how I want to end the show, is I want you to comment on that. And then we got a dash, because I'm
gonna translate that to everybody and make it simple.
Thank you.
I'm gonna translate it in three things. And it has to be in this order, otherwise it doesn't work. Because we've tried all the other orders and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's pray, plan, take action. Yes. And that's what they did. That's what they did. That's how they got here, because they left because the king wouldn't let them practice their religion. So they said, we're out of here. And then they came here. So that's the order. Pray. Because you just said, so you got to come here, and then you got to do this. And that means you're planning, right? Because you got the download. Yeah. Then you're planning on, what am I going to do with this? Or help me do with what I need to do. And then I'm going to do, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So you said the thing, you made it all fancy, right? You made it all fancy. And I slapped it down.
That's why I needed you. I needed you on this.
So I just took it down to my we the people level, right? Make it common sense, my kindergarten level, kindergarten questions, common sense cap wearing, right? Pray, plan, take action. It has to be in that order. Otherwise, it doesn't work, because it hasn't worked so far. But right. So if everything's working for you, then you probably will go, you know what? That's what I've been doing. Right. Then don't change it, because you're very successful. You're very happy. You got a wonderful family, loads of money. You get to travel, do whatever. Great. That's probably not 99% of the people.
That's right. But that's why we're having this conversation.
Yeah. George Costanza, it, guys, just go opposite land. I'm telling you. And definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If it's not working, Costanza, what happened when George went opposite land? You got the job, you got the hair, you got the girl. Sounds like a great day to me. Sign me up for that. Pray, plan, take action. You're good to go. End of story. Check the box. Move on. Let's do it.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. And it's been such an awakening, just traveling and meeting people. How do you like my earrings?
They're very blue. I do like that. They're pretty though. They look heavy. They look heavy, like you should have a little wheelbarrow.
They're super light. Super light. I bought these from a roadside stand somewhere around Prescott, up in the forest, from this lady that made them. And I said, these are the
You mean Prescott here, Arizona?
Right.
How come you didn't call me if you were in Arizona?
Well, girl, I just slept for a few hours and left and bought earrings. And I said to her, so what does it mean? Because I was really drawn to these. And she goes, well, it's in the middle, it's the eye of God. Oh. And then the pattern means my next step in life. So
did she translate it or no? That's for you to search and find.
Oh, I already know what that all is.
Oh, okay. You cannot reveal. No, that's a whole nother show. That's a whole other show. That's probably a keynote speech.
There you go. It's another keynote
waiting to happen. There you go. Another keynote.
Keynoting night and day.
Keynote, and that actually just added an extra 0 to the cost of the keynote.
Indeed.
So you better watch out, people. Choose your keynote wisely.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate
thank you for asking. Yeah, thank you for asking. Sorry about the tech issues. Now you're gonna force me to play in here, and I didn't expect to do that today. So I'm also
you did good. It happens.
Yeah, it is. It's all right. But next time it's just
got to roll with
ready
it.
To go.
Yeah, no, you just got to roll with it and don't judge it. Just accept that,
It is what it is.
Hey, I did a great intro while I was waiting for you, so now everybody knows what I'm up to.
Yeah, well, they need to. That's the whole point of the show. That's the whole point of the show. So can I mention one thing?
Okay,
so
you have 10 seconds because I got
Joshua moment. I'm going to read this. It's the Joshua moment. It's Joshua moment June, everybody. Joshua 1:5-9. This is what I want you to pay attention to. this is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. It's got Joshua 1:5-9. It has business advice. It says, be strong and courageous 3 times. It says, do not be afraid. Read that literally. Get that in your head. Pray, plan, take action. Your whole life will change. I guarantee you.
100%. I'm with you
Simple.
on that.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you,
Joshua
Michele
Moment
Swinick.
June. Thank you.
You rock. And hey, everybody,
you're the best.
remember, stay alert, stay awake, and stay aligned.